Good morning. It's Wednesday, March 22nd. Double check it. March 22nd, 2023. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Wudang Dragon Sword. I'm going to start this morning with, I've been late all week. Class started late all week. And part of it is that it's the good bad thing going on. Part of it is good, part of it is not. There's part of it that's connected with our daylight savings time, sort of. The part that is so negative is the part that I have to make sure I address before I start class, so that it doesn't clutter the class. And that's something, there's a reason for me pointing that out. It doesn't clutter the class, right? That idea that we want to pay attention to what we're doing here, that we want to cultivate positive things, that we want to pay attention to those things that we're trying to work on, and in this case for me, trying to work through, because that is something I am going to mention. How do I get from being so preoccupied with whatever this is? It doesn't matter. Okay? How do I get from being so preoccupied with this that I can't do anything? Anxiety, depression, all kinds of things. It gets real ugly. How do I change that? How do I get from I'm stuck over here to, all right, I didn't make it all go away, but for this point in time, right now, today, I'm not going to pay attention to that. I'm not. I'm going to pay attention to what I'm doing over here. Now, I'm going to have to come back later and pay attention to it. But for right now, I don't have to. Now, we talk about that as it's compartmentalization. I've got this thing here, and I'm going to put a wall here, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to do these other things, and I'm going to put a wall around this, so that I don't have to have the two connected. That is a technique, and that is precisely what I've developed a skill of being able to do. This affects me negatively. I don't like it. I don't want it. I can't do anything about it right at this moment in time. What am I going to do? Well, I can sit over here and worry about it, or I can say, yeah, all right, stop. I'm not going to think about that right now, because thinking about it prevents me from thinking about something else. I want to think about something else. What do I want to think about? Developing that skill, I want to think about something else. Usually it should be something positive, right? Something that you want to cultivate, something that you want to keep, something that is pleasant to you and helps you in some way to focus your mind over here. Well, sword will do that. It will. But we have to get from I'm so stuck on this to, all right, I can try now. That loop ends when we know for ourselves, I don't have to think about that. I can think about something else. And then we go and do that. We think about something else. It can be something very simple. I use very simple things. I do. And once we've moved out of that loop, once we move out just a little bit, just a tiny bit, it becomes so much easier to move all the way out. Feet about shoulder width apart. Shoulders down. Pull up through the crown of the head. Pull up through the spine. Hands circle in front. Back around to both sides. Up along the center line. Stretch out over the legs. Roll up. And again. And no, I'm not moving slowly. And one more time. Fingertips reach up, elbows drop down, wrists, hands return to our sides. Alright. We're going to go ahead and get straight to it here this morning. The idea that we take something we don't want and put it over to the side is something that I have stressed in my classes repeatedly, and it's something that I continue to work with every time I go to practice. Every time. Because I don't want to keep all the junk. I don't. I don't. And holding on to it, giving it more energy by continuing to think about it. It's what I'm doing. It's the, which wolf do you feed? If I'm thinking about it, I'm feeding it. I don't want to feed that wolf. Alright, as we start out, Dragon Sword, and I talked about this yesterday, I talked about it as we've gone through all of the basic stuff. As we start out, we want to pay a lot of attention to what we're doing with the blade, what we're doing with the tip, and extend through the sword as we move through the various movements in Dragon Sword. Let's go. I'm going to go real slow, review, and then I'm going to turn around and we'll do 3 times what we've done up to this point. Okay? So, we start out, salute, open. We see this opening in Wudang Tai Chi sword, when we see it in Wudang Tai Chi. Okay, that's it. 2 moves. 2. Alright, this is when we started. I talked about how I was going to break up the class. It was 18. It's going to be 18 weeks. That's why. This second move that we've been working on here is simple. We have some stuff coming up that's not as simple and requires a bit more dexterity with the sword. As we move more quickly, okay, I wasn't moving quite as slowly as I had intended. We're going to do that as we go through these 3 repetitions. We move faster. That precision that we want and the connection that we want through the blade, through the whole sword. So, yeah, it's there, right? That sense that I'm not doing anything with it right now, but I could, needs to be there. If we're still paying attention, where's the blade? Is it? No, it's not. It's flat. No, that's not right. Okay, right? At some point, we have to learn that. It's not. Excuse me. It's not magic that's a slice down in my hand. It's that I practice that, right? Knowing where the edge of the blade is, knowing where the flat of the blade is, knowing where the point of the blade is, without looking at it and knowing how to extend through that is part of what we're working on. So, with that in mind, feet together, stand straight, slowly. And I'll slow it down. Slowly. Relax the breath, pull up through the crown of the head. Salute. Sink. Open. Turn. Press down. And turn 1, 2, 3. Open. Through the waist. Come around. Dragon step. Slice down. In, step through, up, and under. Again. Feet together, stand straight. Salute. Open. 1. Pull in. 2. Turn. Sink. Press down. Up. Turn 1, 2, 3. Through the waist. Slice down. Up. Down. Extend. Step. Up. And under. One more time. Feet together, stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. Salute. Breathe in. Breathe out. Open. 1. Relax the breath. Sink. Press up. And turn 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, relax. Each time we pay attention to the completion point. Right? 1. That's where I end up. That's where I'm going. Right? How'd I get there? There. There. Right? I could do a few things, not much, with my hand in this position. I need to turn it over to actually be able to do something. But there's some opportunity here. When I pay attention to that, and I pay attention to the internal connection, the dynamic in the movement, what's going on here, becomes clearer. As I turn here, there needs to be substance through the legs, through the waist, drop the hip as this comes through. And there is a bit of push through the hip to turn and add some additional dynamic to what's going on with the sword as it comes across. The position, slice here, right? Not, no, no, straight across. Okay? So as I, here, turn it over, slice, trade hands. Right? Wrong foot. Wrong foot. It's here. How did I know that? Felt wrong. Did. It was like, nah, that's not right. That skill is something that we definitely want to develop. That, and I talked about this, with this particular movement. Which is the correct way to do this? Is this correct? Is this which I can do both, right? Talked about this with the stepping method, right? So I'm here. I'm going to step 1, step 2, step 3. No, I could, but that's not what this movement should be. Right? That lift, right? Here. That should be there. It should. Knee, flat, parallel, toes in. Here. And it's not, so, no, that's not where the foot goes. All right, there's, don't do that. Basically, just don't do that. So, this idea, which one is correct? Right? Which one? How do I know? Well, I went back and looked at the notes, and I had the good fortune to have the names of the movements and a little bit of a description that I still need to translate and get put out there, but it's coming. All right, so I had that, and I had my own notes, and I went back and I looked. I said, what's the name of this movement? It's unicorns playing in the forest. Loosely translated. I'll get a better translation, but that loosely translated, that's what this movement is. And skipping, right? The verb, I had to look it up, right? So I'll have to come back to it. But skipping through the forest, yeah, okay. I can here. As I step through, right here, skipping. Not quite that much, but it's close. And I will tell you that if I were traveling at full speed, that's what it would look like. All right, so the skill that we develop in moving slowly, in repeating what we're doing, is what carries us to and through what we can do when we're moving more quickly. Okay? If I didn't know where I was going, I wouldn't be able to do that. Monday, I wouldn't have been able to do that. Seriously. And I want to, it's important for me as a teacher to point these things out, not because it's, oh, well, hey, you know, look at her. Because I'm not perfect. And anyone who is practicing, anyone who's learning, anyone who's trying to teach, you don't all of a sudden magically be perfect in everything. It doesn't work that way. Okay? It doesn't. We all make mistakes. We work through them to learn. And one of my early teachers, philosophy professor, yeah, seriously, philosophy professor, college, told me, as he was handing me back my failing paper, that you don't learn anything if you don't fail. He was right. He was absolutely right. There's more that I've learned from mistakes that I've made than I have from getting things right. There's a lot of stuff that I've gotten right. And that is the point. That's the point. As a teacher, what could I share with students if I come out and I say, all right, here, do this movement, and now you do this movement, and now you do this, and now you do this. All right? I can do that. I come here, do this, do this, do this. And there would be value in that. If there's learning opportunity there. Here's the instruction. Here's how you do it. If I want to learn as a teacher, how do I develop? Not just do this movement. How do I develop my skills? I'm going to make mistakes. What do I do with that? Oh, I made a mistake. Oops. No. Hey, I made a mistake. What did I do that was not correct? What did I do that could have been done differently? What did I do that I didn't need to do, or what did I do that I shouldn't have done? Right? Did I take an extra step? Right? I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. I didn't take a step. Where are my feet? Right? I had to go through that when I was first learning. Where do I do with my feet? What am I supposed to, where's the step? I don't understand where the step is. Seriously. Where's the step? I can see it. I can follow it. When I try and do it, it doesn't work. What happened? I had to learn that. I had to learn it. I had to learn that following a movement, being able to watch someone do, and here, 2, 3. Watching me do that, following me do it, you do it. No watching. Just do it. That's a big step. It is. As I went through that process, this skill that I'm talking about right now, the ability to analyze what I'm doing, consider whether or not what I'm doing is correct or not. Does it align well with what is given in the form? Not what this teacher said, what's in the form. Physics, physical dynamic, how the movements work together, what's in the form. Does it align with what's in the form? Does it align with, and now here's the teachers, does it align with the teachers? What have the teachers said about this form? What have other teachers said? Well, one of the big things is there should be an application here somewhere, right? If that's not visible, if that's not evident, then something else is not quite right. Connecting through the whole body. Well, yeah, that's a big one, especially for the internal arts, and this is the internal arts. So, all right, yeah, I'm going to combine that. That takes a bit of doing. Now we're going to combine that with how we move through space. The changes through the form and how we wield the sword, because it's a double-edged sword, not a broadsword, right? It's not a staff, it's a sword. So we have slice, I'm trying to think of the English word for this, and it's not coming to me. All right, jab, sword. That's kind of what it is. Pointing in, right? Slice here, slice here. We have multiple ways to manipulate the blade. The more dexterity we have as I turn the blade, right, the easier it is for me to move it, the easier it is for me to follow through the form. All right, we're going to do this 2 times. I'm going to turn around. We're going to do this 2 times. First time, easy-ish. Second time, I'm going to go a little faster. Feet together, stand straight. Salute. And hold on. This is chair. Can I call you back, please? I'm in the middle of the ice cream class. Thank you. That was one of the not so great things, but I have to call her back. Anyway, all right, first time, not too fast. Second time, I'm going to move a little bit faster. Feet together, stand straight. Salute. Breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in again. And breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. Shift weight to the right. Sink. And open left. Turn. Open right. And center. Turn to the left. Pull up on the left. Down on the right. Up to center. Press up. And turn 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I take the timing for what I just did, and I take that count, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? This time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Feet together, stand straight. Not too much force. Pay attention to the circles. Pay attention to keeping the movement continuous and round. Pay attention to the flexibility that you need to have through your wrist, shoulder, and elbow as you extend through the sword. Salute. Relax through the back. Pull up. Breathe. Breathe in. Sink. Open. Up to the center. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Knowing where you're going, understanding how to get there, having that sense that as I turn, as I move, this is coming with. And I've got some distinct capabilities. And as I'm moving, it's clear what I'm doing. It's not wave hands around in the air, right? Yeah, let me do what we've been doing. The idea that you would want to be where my sword is going, right? Now, I didn't bring my foot up, but you get the idea. You wouldn't want to be there. I wouldn't want to be there. That's the idea. It's not, well, hey, here we go. That sense of intent, purpose, as we move, needs to be part of the movement. If it's not, the movement's not complete. The breath isn't there, the movement's not complete. If the body placement, the way that the body moves, the way the body turns, the timing and the arrangement of the limbs, the placement over the feet, how I turn through the legs, how I use my feet, if that's not there, the movement's not complete. All of these things combine to give us what we have as we're moving. So we don't start out with all of them. We don't. And that was the part of, we're going to do this one more time, slowly. That's the part of what I was trying to get at with, I've got to clear my head, I've got this, I've got to take care of that, I've got to get the phone call, I've got to return, right? I've got to deal with it somehow. I've got to figure it out. Do I want to bring that into class? No, I don't. So, how do I leave it outside? Well, I compartmentalize it and I put it over there and say, all right, I have to come back to it later, but I'm not thinking about it right now. I'm not going to feed it. I'm not going to give it any of my energy. I'm going to put my energy over here. This is what I want to do. All right? One more time, not too fast. Pay attention to the precision of each movement and how you move through the movement. Not at the movement, not where you end up, how you go through the movement. Feet together, stand straight. Relax the breath, pull up. through the crown of the head, shoulders down, pull up through the center, bend the knees just a little bit. Salute. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. Sink. Open left. Close right. Open right. Turn. On the left. Sink down. Keep the hip back so you could go all the way down. And at the center. And turn 1, 2, 3. Keep the elbows in. Where's the sword? How did I get from point A to point B? Where's that pattern? All right, I'm going to stop here for today. The emphasis on where's the sword? What am I doing with the sword? I'm looking for where I can be that this is, I'm going to be able to do this without taking the lamp out. And I'm here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Oh, yeah, next week. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I will be here tomorrow with Wudang Qigong foundation sets. Friday, the advanced sets. I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you.